I got a message from a viewer, Craig CRV, about how do you connect with the trees and how was it starting to communicate with them? How was it like communicating with the trees? It was no question something that I couldn't have come up with myself. I'm not that creative in terms of knowing there's a message and saying, oh, I just came up with it. I knew that the information I was getting, it was coming through as my own voice, but it was so uplifting. I was like, wait, hold on. That's not my thought. That's not my human mind thought. That definitely came from the tree as I was approaching them. And one of the first messages I ever got was, you are the light from which you came. And I'm not that creative, so I knew that wasn't from my mind. It was from the consciousness of the tree, or the energy of the tree. So once I had the aha moment that message that sounded like my own voice was actually the tree, I knew it wasn't my own. So how I'm communicating with trees, what is that process? To begin with, we just start with an open mind, and the process of me communicating to trees was just that I was open to receiving their energy. I wanted to connect to the tree energy. I knew, it was a grounding force because obviously it's deeply connected with Earth's energy. So I really wanted to just feel the tree energy as if it was my own. And once I started that thought and then approaching a tree with that thought, I was feeling the energy of just breathing easier around the trees. And then when I had the thought to actually come up and touch the tree, once I had the openness to receive a message, I started getting them. But basically, if anyone wants to learn how to start channeling messages from trees, you just have to quiet your own mind and be open to at least feeling the energy within your body, and the trees are going to actually help you lift out or transmute energy so that you can connect even further to consciousness, to spirit of everything that is. And then once you start connecting in that way, you're going to kind of enhance your own telepathy with trees, your non-communication that is a communication of information coming to you as if it's your own thoughts or feelings. And the third eye imagery, you'll start to see images through your third eye. And it's kind of like a projection. When I see an image that a tree is giving me, it kind of is a muted neon color. That sounds kind of funny, but it's mainly black with some intense colors that seem muted in a way, and that's the third eye images that I get. Maybe some people have more detailed images, but that's kind of the experience I've had with the trees. But leave judgment, leave any worries at the doorstep before you come outside and start connecting with trees. And know that your heart is a huge center of energy that's sustaining you here, and the trees themselves have an energy, right? So once you clear your mind, you're open to communication, you close your eyes, even if it doesn't happen right away, the trees know that you're there. And just start with the feeling of connecting to the energy of the tree. You might be pretty amazed by feeling the root system of the tree and the entirety of the tree itself. It's going to start activating the chakras that are in your body. The chakras are just points of existence to help sustain the physical life, and you have them all over. So if you just touch the tree with your fingers or just with your intention to connect, you're going to start to feel the wave of energy through your entire body. And if it doesn't happen right away, that's okay. You can start by just meditating under the tree. You can sit next to the tree, just breathe, start to feel your own heartbeat next to the tree. So why don't we do that? That was another thing I had done as well. I would just sit down next to the tree and just like meditation that you've probably heard of, however you sit down, the most comfortable for you, but just be in the moment of now. Leave your worries at the doorstep. Be under the tree. Just sit is another way to start connecting with them. And when you close your eyes and you start breathing, you're going to start to feel more alive. You're going to feel lighter. Your lungs will start to open up more. You're going to be absorbing the energy that the trees have within themselves, because let's face it, we need as much help as we can get getting through the turmoil of what we had experienced in life for the vast majority of us on Earth. And I think this is why I'm putting more of the message out there to start connecting to trees. Now, I'm not the first person to say this, of course, but I'm putting out this channel with my husband, Ask My Wife, so that if anyone else has questions regarding connecting to trees, you can definitely leave a message and ask. But how this feels is the most uplifting, encouraging energy I've ever felt in my entire life, which is a little bit sad to hear. You would think that uplifting and energy, encouraging energy would come from your family or your parents, but it may not. You know, there could be a struggle in the family just to make ends meet, and when that happens, we may not be as focused on as children to make sure that we're flourishing and have the nutrients we need to feel uplifted in life. So the trees basically are lifting me up. They're kind of reestablishing my lower chakras. They are rewiring the system of the human body. As I'm saying this, I can feel the buzzing sensation in my feet, and I encourage anyone watching this to start sitting under a tree, at least if you don't feel comfortable yet holding a tree. You know, if you're by a park and you're worried about what people are gonna say, I guess don't worry about them, but if you are, just start sitting under a tree and close your eyes. You can set the intention of connecting with the tree, but at the very least, just sit down quietly with your body. And your body might feel heavy, but breathe into your lungs and feel your heartbeat, and you're gonna start connecting to the tree energy. And boy, it's better than any kind of drug you could find. There's a lot of people that meditate for a reason, and the more you breathe in life, literally, the more you're going to feel the energy of Earth itself. And trees are a big bridge for us to get back to our own soul energy, if you want to call it that. So thanks for watching me sit under this tree. It's another maple tree near where I live, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. If you liked this, please hit the subscribe button and the like. Drop a comment. We can answer some of your questions or comments on our next episode. This is Ask My Wife. I'm a tree channeler, and I'm glad you watched this message. Get out, find a tree, start connecting, it will open your heart. Live now, people. Find a tree.